అవునా? So
అవునవును.
the meeting is being live streamed అని వచ్చింది.
ఇంకా రాలేదు, అది లైవ్ అవ్వలేదు, స్టార్ట్ అవ్వలేదు. చూస్తా.
లైవ్ కనిపిస్తుంది, స్టార్ట్ అవ్వలేదండి.
చూస్తున్నాను.
అంటే నాకు ఒక లైవ్ అని
ఓకే
వచ్చింది.
ఓకే, లైవ్ స్టార్టెడ్.
Mm.
Welcome back, friends, for Thinking on Destiny. At another session, we are going a very interesting chapter of very interesting session of religion of gods. And he was given very clearly what is the God, who created the God, and how his powers being coming and exercised. So before we go further into this session, let us meditate on the consciousness of Percival for a few minutes so that we can proceed in the session. Thank you. Yeah, today let us do a silent meditation. I didn't have any music. Please sit in a meditative posture. Cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. Every thought we are creating is creating our destiny. Observe your in-breath and out-breath. Inhale all positive qualities that you want to have in your life. Take along with vital energy into your body. Exhale all your negative emotions, such as angry, comparison, jealous. Exhale them. We don't need it. Each person on this earth came with a special purpose, an unique purpose. Every person's journey is so different from others. Do not get into the trap of comparison. You are unique. You are special. No one is like you in this world. Always create positive and miraculous thoughts. Do not give place to any negative thoughts, because your heart is manifesting. The moment you release your thought, it is going from physical to mental to noisy and coming back the mind. in the form of matter as manifest. Always think it is possible. You can do it. You have power to do it. You do not need anyone's help. The moment you release thought, you are capable. Universe is giving you enough energy and power to make it happen. Universe, respond to your thoughts. Once again, take a deep breath. Take all positive energy. Exhale all your negative emotions. Take a couple of deep breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly feel your senses. Feel your body. Bring smile to your face. Rub your palms. Keep on your eyes for a few seconds. And slowly open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Before we go further, today's session, let's recap what we learned in the last session. Over to you, Balagaru.
Thank you, Prasanna. So in the last session, in section 2, chapter 10, I think it's chapter 10, the religion and God, Percival says, gods in the form do not have flesh bodies, but contains units of flesh bodies of worshippers. Bodies of gods are multidimensional and present in many places at the same time. Gods may appear in animal, serpent, or tree, or rock forms, and also they may speak as a voice, he says. Gods do not have age restriction and changes according to worshippers' form of thinking. Gods, they do not have pain body, or they do not sleep, and they do not have sex organs, even though we think they're male and female. They said they do not have sex organs. Nature of gods mostly psychic. They feel and desire. No god is conscious apart from the doers of his worshippers. God's name indicates his nature. The inner nature of gods changes when worshipper changes. Gods may be more loving, forgiving, or more revengeful or cruel at one time than the other, depending upon the worshipper's feeling. A god has no identity. No god has a doer or triune self of his own. God has no AIA or breath form. God does not receive light of intelligence. No god was ever human. God exists for the experience of his people as an outside deity. God gets his name from his worshippers. Name indicates male or female. Worship centers around the name. Name is only for identification, but not his identity. God's name is a channel through which the desire and thought of a devotee flows to him. Christian religion is held together by the name of Jesus Christ, who personifies. Christians have adopted Jewish God, but devoted only to Jesus. There is a mystery about God being his nature and his actions. This resulted in different religions. With the religion came fear of unknown God, fanaticism of ignorance. Mystery of God lies in man himself. There are varieties of gods, family gods, dynasty gods, money gods, and they all came into existence by human thought. There is no one Christian God, though most Christians believe Jesus is Son of God. There are many Christians gods in any one of these countries. Especially like he mentioned like Germany, France, and in England. Most gods are local, from mountain gods, sea gods, into English, French, or German gods. Thinking through the beliefs of locality, language, and sect makes these gods. Each god by his believers held to be the creator and the supreme ruler of the universe. Characters of the gods change when the thinking of the people changes. So that's the section 2. Let's start section 3. You covered a little bit one page in section 3 last week. I think you are on mute. Prasanna, you are on mute.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. So yeah, we covered a bit of section 3 as well, I guess. So we started the section 3 couple of pages, and then we went into the thing, right? Let me go there. Section 2 is done. In section 3, we are actually learning how the God has the man-like characters, right? So that is the one that we are learning under section 3. The human qualities of the God, the knowledge of the God, his objects and his interests, relations between the gods, the moral code, flattery, why the gods also does the read flattery, how gods lose their power, what a god can do for his worshippers, what he cannot do it after death, unbelievers, prayers. So by now, by just seeing the headings, you are able to get it what exactly the Percival is trying to say. After listening to this book for 2.5 years, we know like what exactly, when the god lose power, immediately you can say when the worshippers stopped worshipping him. Because worshippers are the one who is actually giving the power to the god, right? So when you stopped worshipping, the god will not have any power. So governing the so when it comes to thing, right? So governing the triune selves, use him exteriorizing thoughts and carrying out the destiny as determined by those whom it comes. The empower or hinder of the god is a special purpose. So God has a special purpose. So who created this God's special purpose? Whatever the thought that you can do. So there are some of the people, there is a question asked. So if Lord Venkateshwara is having all the power, so whoever goes there should, their wishes should be fulfilled. Whoever goes there. But not all the wishes are fulfilled. Why? One thing is, you should go with the faith. With God can do it. So when you are all going with the faith, what are you doing? You are giving your light to there. When you are giving a light over there, when you are having that kind of complete lot of energy was in it, that lot of energy is able to give you back. When you do not have the faith and when you have yourself the doubt, you cannot manifest it anything. Second thing, there is a limitation. Even if you go for a faith, you cannot get the manifested. That I'll get to know. Tell you later. I just don't want to give the whole gist right now. So that is a thing. So a god is allowed to go, assisted to go as far as, here only give, as far as the destiny of those affected permits. It should be there in your destiny. If your destiny does not permit, the god cannot do it. Because who has written the destiny again? The destiny was written by you when you are a pure soul before taking the birth. So you took your destiny. You took some causes. So that affects what a cause and effect, according to the law of cause and effect, or according to the law of karma. You have to take those things. So within that limit only the god can do. Within that limit, triune self see that it is a moral code, because they see, the triune self see there is a moral code, because they cannot touch beyond that. Any Mahatmas or anybody, if you say, they say that it is, you cannot escape karma. You cannot escape the cause and effect. Whatever you do, it will come in a multifolded way. It's a good or bad. So you cannot escape that. That's the one thing that you have to remember. So the God or this triune self is always constrained to that. Triune self will not give that power to, or the God will not give it. Okay, nobody can give that. Who has given that? Actually, who has given that changing the destiny? There is a one person has the changing the destiny. Who has that power?
We ourselves.
Yes. Man has the power. Man has the power. The human being, we ourselves has the power to change our destiny by our thinking. By our thinking. Very simple example I'll give you how our this thinking and thinking works. There are people who thinks that, oh, if you get ready well and go to the people public, you will get drishti, people's drishti. Okay, because of that you may fall sick, or somebody naradrishti is whatever the things, right? Some people believes in that. Some people won't think. Nothing will happen. So you will see both are right. Those who are not believing nothing is happening, they are fine. Those who are believing whenever they go out, something is happening, they are right. So here, who is the why? Why drishti is happening to somebody and why it is not happening to somebody? Because it's their thinking. They are thinking that something negative might happen because I got ready well, I did this, I did that, it's happening. So see, our people, the small kids will put so much black that this because the drishti. But here, if you see in US or UK, the kids will be like a dolls only. The babies are like a dolls. Everybody admires. But is it happening anything? Thing is happening because they are not thinking that way. We are thinking, so it's happening. So it is all your thinking. It is all your thinking. And the intelligence is allowing it to happen because it is what you are manifesting. Whatever you are thinking, it is just allowing to manifesting. Similarly, in the previous case, one person went to the seven, the Lord Venkateshwara and asked for something, and he thinks that it will happen. Another person went to the God. I don't know whether this God will do it or not. He think doubt it's not happening. So again, it is his thinking also. Okay. Human beings do not know or do not come to the contact with the gods to their four elements. So they are not actually knowing it. Whenever they are these gods are not. But remember, these four elemental gods are not manifested by human being. They just came. Earth, they are not the manifestations of the human being. The fire god, water god, all these things are the elemental gods. They are not the gods that are created by the human beings. Because they are not perceiving it. They are the gods of the elementals. So they are, again, these gods, whoever you are actually thinking, those gods are in contact with the elemental gods. Whoever you are creating that they have power and all, they are in contact with the elemental gods. With the help of the elemental gods only they can do it. Suppose they wanted to, some karma people they joined there, they wanted to vanish that area. some hurricane, some kind of cyclone or something should come. So this god who has to help? The Varuna god, the air god and the water god, somebody has to help, right? So then only these gods can do it. So they are taking the help of these elemental gods. Without them, they cannot manifest. Okay. Elemental gods, again, these elemental gods are not manifested by the god in religions. Remember, God in religions are different. Without any Hinduism or Christianity or Muslimism or Buddhism or anything, these elements exist. These elements have existed. So all these gods and religions of the earth, all these gods of religions are having one spirit. What is that spirit? Earth spirit. Because they all manifested only on this earth, right? So all this is having the earth spirit, the sphere of earth. So they have a direct contact. All these gods have direct contact with this the spirit of the earth spirit. Then these elementals are going to the light, life, form, and physical worlds. All the worlds it is coming from that. But every god is in the contact with earth spirit only. Gods and the gods of religions are enabled to produce the physical phenomena such as lightning, storms, floods, earthquakes, good harvests, possessions or poverty, favoring or defavoring of the humans. How they are actually doing? These gods are in contact with the nature. With that only they are able to do it. If you want to get in the floods, they should be in contact with the water, right? So similarly, anything, they have to be in contact with the nature elements only. So to engage, how you are actually engaging these gods with the help of the common thing. What is the common thing in all the religions? How you are engaging the God? What is the common thing in every religion? Is worshipping, praying. Is worshipping and praying is a common. The different religion to religion you may be doing. The relationships with the gods of other religions are friendly. Remember, the gods, whoever you have created, whoever they have created, these gods' relationship, how it will be, they are friendly, hostile. They are not actually fighting each other. Only the people are again the fighting each other. Okay, the religions want the same things from the people. All the religions want the same thing from the people. So the worship should be, how the worship should be, any religion, the worship should be, what he's saying is, this body, this mind and soul should be united. Body, mind, soul should be united, whatever the religion that you are following. So when all these things are united, that compositor units of human body, with that state, whatever the thought you produce will manifest. If your mind is thinking something, if your word is saying something, if your soul is happy in some other place, then this is not good. I'll tell you one small thing, a very, very common example, right? So in this hot summer, somebody called you for a party, okay? You wanted to look very good, look good there, and you wore a very fancy sari and went. Fancy dress or fancy sari, you went. That is, you are thinking about who are all coming and you are going. Does your body is happy with that? The body is not happy with that at all. So your mind is thinking about, no, this is a evening party. I should be wearing some fancy sari. That's why I'm wearing. That's what your mind is thinking. Your body is asking for some soft kind of material. And your soul is saying that, why to spend all these things? If I have some cotton material, I will be happy. Is it not the common thing that every one of us are feeling? It's a very common. I took it a very, very connecting example. I took it, right? So here, see, in such a small thing also, our body, mind, soul is not connected. So then where is the happiness is coming to us? So it is not coming. Even if you go to a cotton saree, you will not feel happy because you are thinking about others. Inside the soul may be happy, but you are thinking about others. So your body may be comfortable, but your mind is saying, no, I didn't wear as good as others. So here there is always a conflict between body, mind, and soul. Remember, whenever you do things, body, mind, soul together, your walk, whatever you say will manifest. Whatever you think will manifest. Remember that. So that is the one that Vak Suddhi, the elders will say, right? So that kind of, so what in his terms, what he is saying is your body compositor units becomes a transient units of the human bodies. They are very free transient units. So when they become, because all these are all combined, right? When these are all becomes the same matter. So whatever you say, that it will manifest as the matter. Okay, so this is what actually you are doing. We are all doing. The Lord Venkateshwara, he's having such a powerful God. He will do anything. You are all praying without doubt. So many millions of people are praying. So millions of people are giving their energy to that Lord Venkateshwara. You are manifesting that God, so he can give. There are thousands, lakhs, millions of manifestors. So gods derive the power from feeling of the believer. Remember, that's what is happening. So the gods are, suppose Pochammatalli or some Ankamatalli, some kind of things, right? So those gods are also powerful in those days. But now, if somebody says that, oh Pochamma, give me that, is it getting manifested? No, because there are not enough believers. Not enough light was given to that God. So you are not able to manifest it. This is another example where you can actually apply to your lives. Suppose if I see when I'm as a kid, right, I always do that Lord drama temples anywhere, in any village. Now if you see everywhere the Sai Baba temple will be there. Okay. Those days Lord Rama has given all the boons to the worshippers. Now Baba is giving. So is it that the God was shifted? Power was shifted? No. The power that you are giving was shifted. Suppose if there is some yuga change or something happen, all these gods may vanish. The new gods may come. Again, those gods also will give all the wishes fulfilled, because everybody is giving the energy to the gods. So it is all exclusive worship. Whatever the worship that you are giving, that God will give you reward. That God will give you all the boons that you are expecting. Okay. The history of the religion shows that there is a God. Nearly every religion demands worship. So what are they creating? They are creating it as a creator of universe and creator who is a supreme ruler and also creator of the man. But remember, no God has created this universe. No God has created the man. Man created the God. Man is the one who is creating the thing. It's a natural thing. Yesterday, day before yesterday, when I'm giving that celestial prophecy, right? He's saying initially how that gas came. When the gas came, it was so much heated up. The helium and the hydrogen, the gas was so much heated up, and it was fire, and the sun formed. And then from that, some elements, one after the element he mentioned. So when the carbon and all those came, there is a big thing, that is the earth came. And earth was so much heat for thousands of years. There's no creature in that heat. That is what the Big Bang theory also says, right? So there's so much heat. After that, it got cools down. Then reptiles, there are half water and a half this kind of thing. All the things, mammals came into the existence, and then human beings came into. So this is all the process. After the human being created, then we have created so many. Bible could be could be Vedas or anything. It was all created by men. The Ramayana was written by whoever Valmiki is a man, right? He is again a man. So these are all the created by the man. Religious persecutions or religious wars are common in the history because they want that religion to get the power. So these became so very common. The god religions are also relations with the gods who are not the gods of the religions also. It's a tongue twister kind of thing, right? God of religions have also relations with the gods who are not gods of religions. which means not gods of religion. The earth is not the god of religion, right? Water is not the god of religion. So there are so many big family gods, dynamic gods, household gods, money gods. Like just now, the previous chapter also we have listened, right? So there's so many gods that we have created. The relation of the god of a religion to the nature exists because elements of the nature compose his body. Because elements of the nature, because even God also we are creating that as a human form. So all the elementals were there. It draws and manifests. So only thing is we are not manifesting the God as a human being. We are manifesting God, but God is invisible for us. We are not bringing that God in front of you. Because we don't want that. God should be there somewhere and he has to fulfill our wishes. You are not actually manifesting it. If you manifest that God should come and be there, they may be as a form of guru or something, they may come. Again, guru is not the God. Guru is the one who has that conscious of his consciousness. In that form, you may get the God. Those who believe it. Those who are not believing, oh, he or she is similar to you, right? Why are you actually worshipping it? So it is all again the total belief system. That's all. Okay. The structure of elements, fire, air, water, earth, forms the body of the God. The body of the God was and also gives his power. Thus produce the phenomena such as active physical nature. He cannot act unmanifested. He cannot act in the unmanifested through he draws power from it. But everything from the bursting volcanoes, continents, falling of the snow, from the growing of the fruits and brightening of all vegetation, from birth of animals to the destruction, everything that makes conditions of the human existence, a God may produce because his relation to nature. It has a lot of power and it has a relation to the nature. So with all these things, the God can create all these things. There are no bounds what he may do with the nature. With the nature, there is no bounds. With the man, he has a bounds. With nature, he has no bounds because nature doesn't do any taking. Nature is always giving, right? So there is nothing that there is a bounds. Conditions are not there. He is subject to two limitations when comes to the human beings. What are those limitations? Two limitations. And by the plans of intelligence and triune selves, who marshals the exteriors of these thoughts? He cannot do what would not against the destiny of the people affected.
Yeah, destiny.
Destiny. Without that, he cannot do anything. Within those limitations, yeah, what is the first limitation? The triune self who marshals, right? Triune self, because whatever the exteriorization of the thought, you are creating a thought. According to that only you'll get it. Your thought only exteriorize. But that thought may not be exteriorized if it is not in your destiny. These are the two conditions, two limitations that God can do. God that you have created can do to you. Great power of one must be exercised according to the law within the narrow range. You have given a lot of power, but that power can work to you only to the narrow range. Whatever the range that you got it, right? Only within that range. So that range can be broke only by you, not by the God. You have that much power to break your barriers, but God is not having it. That's what ultimately what Percival is saying. The relationships of the God to the men are part shown by their religion. What is the relationship? So again, the religion showed some part. Why the intelligence? Why the supreme intelligence? When the God is not actually existing, only man is created. Why the supreme intelligence or why this triune self is allowing to happen? Because if there is a fear of that God, if there is something is there, at least people are living in an orderly fashion. Because of that, this supreme intelligence is allowing these religions to happen from time to time. These religions also may not be the same for all the time. They may be, one religion may be good, maybe in a good form now, and after 100 years, you may see the different one. God thought is a being acknowledged by intelligence to be established agent between unmanifested nature and the man. See, God thought is being acknowledged by intelligence. Whatever the thought you are giving that God, that being should be acknowledged by the intelligence. Intelligence is like our supreme intelligence. And that should establish between unmanifested to the manifested, unmanifested nature to manifested men. That should be coming. God thought has helped the protection of the God is established by intelligence in the center idea in the religion system. That is the system of the religion, right? In the religions. God thoughts receives God's thoughts, how they are actually receiving God thoughts, constantly receiving from your feeling and desire, righteousness and reasoning, and I-ness and selfness. So from your triune self, doer, thinker, knower, whatever that you are doing, that only taking, that's what I just want to become a millionaire. Second thought, that is doer. Doer is asking, I want to become a millionaire. Righteousness and reasoning is saying, hey, where in the world that I'm working hard? I'm just doing my 9 to 5 job and sleeping happily. Then how in the world I'll get it? Because same thought you released. So the God, whatever that you want to give, it is taking the essence of these thoughts only. So you are creating a thought, you are negating a thought, then do you think that you will get manifested? No, you'll not get manifested. Not that everybody, whoever is born in this earth was not born as a rich, but they manifested, they worked, they manifested, they believed it. So if you can believe it, then you can. Man adore, praise, give thanks to their God. Worship him with the rites, vestments, symbols, feast, fast, holidays. Where we develop theology, we develop religious system and institutions for him. By all this worship, they built him from themselves. They built him from themselves. Remember, some serve him in these ways with the heartfelt devotion, and some with the fanatics of overwrought zeal and interest. So, people are less sincere in their expression of gratitude, will have less of everything that they are manifesting. So, here, more than anything, the gratitude, the expression of gratitude is important. Expression of gratitude, what you have it, right? So, God does not care much of about their self-interest, vices, or accept abuse of sexes, all those things, because here it is actually manifest. God is flattery, the one that he is saying, right? God also has, because it is all your thoughts only, right? If somebody praising me, I feel so happy. If 10 people come to this session and said, oh, you are explaining it very good, then I'll get some interest. Oh, next time I should do more. Okay. However, you say that, oh, I'm just doing it for myself, that thing will be there within us. If 4 people come and say that we are not getting anything what you're saying, obviously I will lose my interest. Because these are the qualities that we are giving to the God, right? So we want flattery, the God also wants flattery. That's why we wrote so many hymns, so many prayers, so much of the things, so many bhajans, all the things we have written. So God also needs that, because he is the one that we created. He also needs that. Even the God doesn't need it. No, he doesn't. Flattery is there, every God, irrespective of the religion. The God uses every means to get flattery. Hymns, prayers, worship, anything. Men share their God by his power, by the misuse of the sex function, by the worship of another God, or that part we'll just leave it. That's not so much important. The actions which are possible to be permitted to the God are actually circumscribed by the manner in which the religions do not at all suggest. So these religions again, so they are not suggesting, but these religions are coming. His actions are not voluntarily. Voluntarily is not doing anything. They are controlled by many factors. No God created the world. No God made a man. There have been thousands of gods in the history of the world. Nearly everyone has credited the creation of the world and man. Every God was created. He was the creator, the world. The few thousands of years, the gods today may be forgotten, may be buried in the continent, and other gods will come and will be worshipping. And those gods also will be claim that they are the creators of the world and they are the creators of the man. God governs the world. No God is governing the world. No God is maintaining the world. It is you are actually maintaining it. No God sets the stars or the sun. It came just by the creation, right? From the theory of the creation. So no God is created. Sun, moon, planets, their courses, reason, nothing. No God was created. Yet, God of any religion does many things for his worshippers. He didn't do any of these things. But God of any religion can do many things for his worshippers because worshippers are giving power to them. They are giving power to them. They are believing that God can do it. These two things, they are showing the gratitude. So with all these qualities, they can do it. He can aid getting the food, clothes, shelter, comforts, possessions, all these things to make his life pleasant because he is believing that God can do that. So it will do it as long as your destiny permits. Remember always that limitation. The God can do it as long as your destiny permits. The God, we will say that, oh, if so many people are doing all this kind of nonsense things, the God one day will come and he will wipe out the world. That's the reason that we are getting the all volcanoes, all these cyclones or whatever the things, right? Because it is our thought. It's our thought. We are thinking that so many people are actually doing all the dharma is not there. In that, there are 4 padas of dharma. Now only Kali Yuga, there is only 1 pada dharma. This will also get vanished and we will get Satyuga. If all of us think that way, this will get manifested. This will come true. One day, all the things will be wiped up and we will get into. It's not that everybody is thinking for that world. Everybody want to live here, hurriedly want to possess the things. So many people are in that way. If more people are thinking that way, you will get really the Satyuga again. He does not give the knowledge, conscience, nor he give you science, art or literature. But all these are used to worship him. He didn't give you any science, art or literature, but all these are used to worship him. Sometimes theology, finely spun, sometimes it is of the lofty. He not only does God not give his worshippers enlightenment, but he tries to keep them in ignorance about themselves. Because if you know that you have that power of God, you will not worship the God. You will not worship the God, right? Suppose that's what you have some secret. If you know that it's such a simple, people will not come to you. If you open that secret, just want to keep it. Similarly, here also, God will not give you enlightenment. Maybe he want to keep you in ignorance because he want to get worshipped. He has his flavors of mysteries, mass of people, enthusiasm, excitement, frenzy. All these things he wanted because he want that flattery. It does not appear in man because he has no solid physical body. We are not actually imagining him as a physical body. So he will not appear in the man. We are keeping him in the life world or a light world. We are asking him to bless from there only. We are not asking him to come and stay with us. Because if he come and stay with us, yeah, there are Ramana Maharshi came and there are so many sadhus came as in that form, right? Are you really got attracted and living in that lifestyle? We all will read his teachings. We all try to understand it. We will follow one or two. Not that we don't want God to become here and then, because we want our own comfortable life. Sacred mountains, sacred books. Who has done it? Does the God created? No. Vedas. Does the God created? No. It may be heard, it may be whatever the written or whatever it is, the man created. He is the one who has that knowledge. Though they created. After the death states, No God can do anything to his worshippers. There is one more thing that he said. After the death, no God can do anything, nor he can harm anyone. He cannot do any favor, or he cannot do any harm to those who fail to worship him. So there it is the same for everybody. It is the only thing that you are carrying is the cause and effect. Okay. This is as true as this principle is as true as your Jehovah or Jesus or Hindu gods or Allah. If you are all believing, remember that no God will do anything after the death. Their power is limited to this world. As long as the world is shining sun and moon, that world only, their power is limited. Because that human being, whatever the thoughts are there up to this noetic destiny, right? Physical life and noetic destiny. Here only your thoughts are juggling. The thoughts are not going beyond that. If your thoughts are going beyond that, you can wipe off all your thoughts when you are a pure soul. You can detach from your breath form, whatever the thoughts, nonsense thought that we made in this life, all those things are making a stamp on your breath form, right? So whenever you are taking the next life, that breath form is coming to you. Because of that, you are actually continuation of the life is there. But if you are carrying that breath form to the next afterlife, then you know that, oh, whatever I did is wrong. I'm not wiping off, I'm not taking anything. That you don't have power. You yourself don't have power. So when you don't have power, the God will not have power, definitely. So you have to come back to whatever the experience is, same thing, right? God, what he felt is those who believe that Jesus as a savior or God as their father, in the heavens or admits of his angels, some protecting saints will find the thought that they have found. Okay, so then he is asking, why, if you are a Hindu and actually worshipping so much in Hindu, why actually you may be born in the same religion again? So why it is happening when there is a no God after the death? Why you are actually coming as in the same religion? Because you have created such thought. You have created such thought. You believed so much that only this religion is a great. Only I want to be there. I just believed Lord Krishna or Lord Rama, and they are great. And so you release so much thought that you want to be in that thing. That's the reason the soul might come to the same religion again, because the breath form has attached. Breath form has feed all these things. Not that God has made you to born in that religion. Okay. The human being comes with that faith of the religion that he passed the previous. That's the reason he's coming. There are limits to set to the power of God in rewarding and punishing of his worshippers also. There is a limits. He does not know the limits as limits, but he feels them. The God will feel that he cannot do anything. He don't know the limits because feeling in the sense you yourself, that's I told you example, that I want to become a millionaire. What did I do? I didn't work hard. Why I'll get it? So my feeling itself is stopping me, right? Similarly, the God may not know what exactly the limit, but he feels that this should not be given. So because of that, the thing, he cannot bless the worshipper with the gifts whose destiny does not permit it. He cannot bless the worshipper with the gifts whose destiny does not permits it. Materialistic skeptics, unbelievers, atheists, nearly all believe in some kind of, whoever it is, they all believe in some kind of superhuman power, which is manifesting this external nature. They may not believe you Lord Krishna, or they may not believe you the Jesus Christ or Muhammad Pravakta, but they believe some supreme power is there. Everybody is believing it. They call that power as a luck, fate, destiny, or nature, whatever it is. So if they do not name, if they do not give the, so they will give that some name to the. These thoughts of deniers or doubters are indifferent from the sort of little God which causes the elementals to act and furnishes the gifts of life, takes them away according to the limits set by the law. Yeah, it can give you the, because you are worshipping, you are asking something, you are worshipping. So they have their limited powers. Because that it can permit your destiny. So they can give it to you. Within that permitting, they can give you or they can take it away. Take it away also it happened. Oh, I didn't do today puja. There I have seen, especially those who came to the meditation, right? I have seen this, what do you say, wavering mentality, right? I can say wavering mentality. You know that now I know that without worshipping the God, oh sorry, I need to stop it here. I'm sorry, 8:30, right? I need to stop it here. We will see later. Because the next session is happening. This sent by any God, 697 in the PDF only. Oh, sorry. Let me finish. So that's not a God answers your prayers, but not every prayer, because the prayer was not actually, it's limited. He was limited by the destiny. So among the prayers which are answered, many may not answered by God at all, because they are not in your destiny. They will never reach the God because that is not there in your destiny. God does not and cannot answer these prayers. Prayer for others, for their success, for their strength, growth, and one cares for the another matter. The God does not answer that either because it seems to be answered, sometimes because it gives encouragement and makes the easier way who prayed for. It is like saying the kind word, one who makes the effort. Actually, it's saying a kind word, because mass prayers will help. Doesn't mean that mass prayers as God is giving. All the people's strength, their positive thing they are giving, their light, they are keeping it there. So you feel that the prayer has been answered. Everybody's light they are keeping in one same place, then that light is answered. That was even proved. I didn't remember exactly that Braden or somebody in the US, he proved as an experiment, right? So somebody in the hospital and so many thousands of people, he made them pray, and the thing has happened. So with this, we close the section 3. That's why I just continued the thing. Okay, we will. Section 3 was completed. We will see next. I wanted to release the session. Zoom.